And we begin tonight's show with another edition of the Sunday Sit Down. Joining us is the Director of Athletics for UAH. That is Cade Smith. Cade, always good to see you, man. You just finished up year number 6 as the Athletic Director. Began as the interim. Of course, you were the volleyball coach. Man, talk about this time you've had now leading the athletic department with UAH.
Yeah, sure. No, it goes by fast. I didn't know when I became the interim how long we were looking at, but now that's come and gone. We've been through a lot of things, and now we sit at the end of about 6 years. So, it's been an honor. It's been an honor to be able to serve in that position, a place that I care a lot about, a place that brought me to this area, a place that brought me to Alabama. And so it's been a learning experience, just kind of jumping right in from the coaching side to the admin side is different. You see things through a little bit different of a lens. But it's been a great opportunity and good people to work with, great student athletes, great institution, community, all those things are great. But it's not like there's a manual just sitting on your desk telling you this is how you do everything, right? So it's been a lot of trial and error, maybe more error than people would like, but trying to figure things out, lean on people that know what they're doing, people that have had some experience and try to learn from them and just try to get a little bit better.
Of course, it was a great athletic year as well for practically all the sports, but want to focus on two. About this time last year, you not only had to hire a new men's basketball coach, but a new women's coach. So we'll start ladies first. Yep. You hire Coach Alan Sharp, a savvy veteran, and he does some amazing things with the women's basketball team, getting them to the GSC championship game and also to the NCAA tournament. Can you talk about the year that Coach Sharp and his ladies had?
Well, I think it surpassed even coaches' expectations. We had one of those years where we just won a lot of tight games, and during any season you have some games that you're probably not going to win, some games that you're probably not going to lose, and then it's what do you do with those other games that kind of can determine how your season is going to go. They just had a year where those games in the middle, they just won the majority of them. They kept getting better, just defensively and just toughness that they had. Just the pieces came together at a good time, and we knew that we would have some success at some point, but to have it that fast, that was a pleasant surprise for all of us, and that's all Coach Sharp and his staff and those young ladies and just their commitment to work so hard to accomplish that. And they weren't satisfied at the end. Like they had that little taste of it and they want to do more. And so that's, it's hard to, you can't just create that.
Correct.
Right? They've already got it. And so that's great.
Now, of course, you had exciting women's action. And then you had exciting men's action. Coach Mick and company, a top 10 team practically the entire season. They just kept winning and they kept getting better each and every game. Talk about the year that the men had for UAH and how excited were you to see that continue, especially since that program has been building up for years.
Yeah, a long time. And just the history of that program, going back to Coach Acuff, of course, and the things that Coach Shulman did. And for Mick to come in, that's a hard job to step into, but he was the perfect fit for our guys. The way that he coaches, his demeanor, the way that he sees the game, was just a little bit of a perfect storm coming together. You think about the first game when they played Nova Southeastern to start the year, which has kind of been, a hump we're trying to get over is to get past them, and for us to lose in overtime, and for that one game at the beginning of the year to actually end up determining where the regional was going to be. You wouldn't think that game in November determines where we're going to play in March, but it did, because after that game, you start winning a few games, then you look up and they've won 10 games in a row, and then they're in conference and they started out hot, and then the next thing you know they've run the table through the conference tournament and had the longest winning streak in the country in college basketball there at 32 games to make it back to play Nova again on their home floor in the regional final. It was one of those where the same thing that I just described, like there were some games that we were just unbelievable. Like we weren't going to lose that night.
Yep.
A couple times where we lost. And then the ones in between, we hit a couple shots. We won a game in overtime here and there, hit some shots late. And so for them to have that success and actually to get back to that game, to have a chance to play Nova again, I think kind of validated almost the hype for the whole year of like, no, that was real. And they, I mean, got down big in that game, actually got down 17, something, in the teens, and to get back to have a shot to go ahead in the last minutes, it's in and out. And, it was one of those things where like the whole department was riding this wave the whole year. It's kind of one of those things because those guys they're so easy to root for. Yes. They all played for each other. They did not care one bit about individual awards. They just perfect example of a team, and our whole department was pulling for them. And so it was just a great type of emotion, but it was an emotional season for that, and just really happy that they got to experience that.
One of the most interesting things I saw during the basketball season, there was a particular game where your student section, which is probably one of the best in all of Division II, was actually ejected out of the game. Like the entire student section, almost 100 kids. Clearly, with you being the athletic director, you had to know about it. Did you get a chance to talk to them about it? And how did you guys move forward with that scenario?
Yeah, so we're playing Valdosta State, which is become a little bit of a rival. It's who we were going to end up, playing multiple times. And, it ended up being like, you're going to be okay on basketball night if baseball team, if they show up to the game. Like those guys kind of run the student section over there. And they were into it. We probably have a little bit too close to the floor access there. And I think an official may have got their feelings hurt. And then, one more thing, and they turned around and ejected, just the whole, 4 or 5 rows of kids. And some of the kids didn't even know that it was going on. I joked, of course, he graduated this week, but our SGA president had just sat down, and then he gets ejected, and he's walking out. He goes, I'm like, I don't know, man. So, what you do is you go from that, and you be like, hey, guys, let's just talk about that. First off, come back to the game. Like, don't let that sour you, right? And let's just fix that problem and keep on figuring out how to support our Chargers. So.
Indeed. Speaking of support, one of your former Chargers, Cade Johnson, continues to ball out down on the plains at Auburn. We got a chance to talk to him during the NCAA tournament and SEC men's basketball tournament. He said he still has a huge heart for the city of Huntsville and UAH. And what's crazy, he says that everywhere they go, he's running into somebody either connected to UAH or connected to the Rocket City. So when you hear a guy like Cade, who started right here in Huntsville, still show the love for your university, it's definitely got to make you feel good in that situation.
Yeah, no, we love Cheney. We're proud of him and proud that he, he remembers us, right? And Cheney's, he's still in our gym all the time. He's playing pickup and coming up here and working out. Like he's proud to be from us, and we're proud of him. Would we have loved to have had him? Of course, right? We're not crazy, but super proud of him, and it's just. That's just kind of the current state of college athletics. Like those things are going to happen, and so we just want to be there to support them, and they're ours forever, in one way or another. And so we wish him the best and hope he gets to keep on playing for a while.
Indeed. We'll wrap things up with this. We talk about the future of athletics. Of course, there's an ever-changing flow of things, but you can only control what's happening on your campus. You and I were talking before this interview. Sounds like they've got some pretty good things going on, especially with track and field coming up.
Yeah, so we've had a solid track and field program, that's cross-country, indoor and outdoor track and field for 25 years or so, and we've never had a track on campus, and so we're we've been going through those stages, and hopefully we're breaking ground here pretty soon on that. And that particular program, Coach Kane has been awesome. He started some of those programs. We've won 2 championships this year. The men just won another outdoor track and field championship, and that facility is going to serve about 115 of our student athletes that are practicing all over town, right? So being able to figure out how to have them on campus in a place of their own, I think is special, and that'll kind of be another anchor kind of on campus for other events as well. And so we're very excited about that possibility. We got a lot of work to do with it, right? Those things aren't cheap, right? But we're looking forward to the next steps on that.
All right, we want to thank Dr. Cade Smith for joining us here on another edition of the Sunday Sit Down. Lots of exciting things taking place on the campus of UAH.